Good morning, guys. It's Cheyenne here, and I am working on my morning vocal warm-up practice. And for today, we are continuing reading Outwitting the Devil. This is one of my all-time favorite books, and it is an interview where he literally asks the devil the tricks and his personality. He asks him everything. Now, for this practice, I am going to focus on keeping my voice turned on because this book is full of run-on sentences, which is great for practicing. So my practice is to keep my voice turned on through the entire sentence and really elongates my vowels. So it might sound a little funny, but remember, I'm practicing, okay? All right. So where were we? All right, here we go. So we're gonna start off with a question from Napoleon Hill, and then it's gonna go to answer, question, answer the whole way down. So the first question, or it's not the first, but the first for us in this video. Your Majesty, I did not know your control over human beings was so great. Will you explain how you gain this control? The story is too long to be told in a few words. It begins over 1,000,000 years ago, when the first man began to think. Up to that time, I had control over all mankind. But enemies of mine discovered the power of positive thought, placed it in the minds of men, and then began a battle on my part to remain in control. So far, I have done quite well by myself, having lost only 2% of the people to the opposition. I take it from your answer that men who think are your enemies. Is that right? It is not right, but it is correct. Tell me something more about the world in which you live. I live wherever I choose. Time and space do not exist with me. I am a force best described to you as energy. My favorite physical dwelling place, as I have told you, is the minds of the earthbound. I control a part of the brain space of every human being. The amount of space I occupy in each individual's mind depends on how little and what sort of thinking that person does. As I have told you, I cannot entirely control any person who thinks. You say you exist in the form of force or energy. Will your Majesty state whether this force is negative or positive? The form of power in which I exist is negative. The opposition controls the positive forces, and I control the negatives. That is why I am so powerful. I control the forces of hate, fear, vanity, avarice, greed, revenge, superstition, and lust. These are the forces which rule the world, and I control 98% of the people of the world because I control these forces. You speak of your opposition. Just what do you mean by that? My opponent controls all the positive forces of the world, such as love, faith, hope, and optimism. My opponent also controls the positive factors of all natural law throughout the universe. The forces which keep the earth and the planets and all the stars balanced in their courses. But these forces are meek in comparison with those which operate in the human mind under my control. You see, I do not seek to control stars and planets. I prefer the control of human minds. Where did you acquire your power, and by what means do you add to it? I add to my power by approaching the mind power of the earthbound as they come through the gate at the time of death. 98 out of every 100 who come back to my plane from Earth plane are taken over by me, and their mind power is added to my being. I get all who come over with any form of fear. You see, I am constantly at work, preparing the minds of people before death, so I can appropriate them when they come back to my plane. All right, where'd my bookmark go? All right, guys, that is my morning vocal warm-up reading practice. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and always remember to never give up. Peace.